Why you must learn communication if you're going to succeed in business. Now, some people say they are introverts, they don't talk, they have challenges communicating. But if you're going to succeed as whether a career person or a business person, you have to learn communication. Now, when I mean communication, I mean you have to find a way to communicate your value. And communication doesn't necessarily mean that you have to talk, right? It doesn't mean that you have to use words. It doesn't have to be verbal communication, but you have to have a way to communicate your value. So if you cannot use your mouth, that means you can't do verbal, then you have to communicate with your pen. You become an author, you write books, and you become a copywriter. So there has to be a way to communicate what you have. If you have something and nobody knows what you have, it's a problem. So if what you are doing is not working, check your communication, check how far you are communicating. And now, communication is the language of the divine. And you know we are all spiritual beings first. And if you look at the creation narrative, it started with God said, let there be, and there was. So man is an image. Man was created as image of God. That means man resembles God, and God communicates. God communicates, and if you are going to succeed the way God does as a man, you have to communicate. So you cannot be mute. Your mouth is not open. Your hand is not doing anything, and your value is just there. You will not be able to get what is due to you. What I mean, what is due to you is that what you are worth. Even when you go out to show people what you have, the way you communicate it even matters. Sometimes people have something, but they are not communicating it correctly. So because of that, they don't get paid what is due to them. I mean, I remember an experience some years back in a company where I worked some years back. I remember there was this guy who came in at a point, and he was well experienced. He had more experience. He had worked somewhere else for some years. He's an accountant, and he's a good accountant. What I mean is good is good. But something happened. Somebody else came in after him, a lady, and the lady does not have as much experience, is not as much competent, but the lady was earning more than him. Very funny, right? So the lady earned more salary than this guy. What was the problem? It was a communication problem. So at the point of negotiation, at the point of interview, when this guy had his own interview, of course there was something he didn't communicate well that made them place him on a particular level. And why this other lady, now don't get it twisted, the lady did not use woman power, right? Because some people will say, maybe it's this one, that. No, there was nothing like that. There was nothing like, okay, maybe she did something immoral or she passed through the back door. No, it was plain interview, it was plain, there was nothing, behind the scene. It was basically a communication issue. So the way you communicate what you have is very, very important. It even happens in exam. Sometimes when you write exam, the reason why people fail in exam is not that they don't know the answer. I hope you know. So it's not that they don't know what, it's not that they can't communicate the answer the way the lecturer, whoever is going to mark that thing, the way you want the answer communicated. So you know the answer, you know the thing, but the communication, maybe this time around is a writing kind of communication. So the person doesn't know how to put down the answer, put down the writing in such a way that it will convey how the other person wants it so that I can get his full mark. I hope you are getting my point now. So not being able to communicate well is a problem. Now, but the thing is that you can learn communication, right? Communication, it may be a gift. Some people communicate well from, they were born natural, good communicators. But majority of the people that communicate well learn how to communicate. They did learn it. They did learn it. And personally, I'm still learning how to communicate. Yes, I'm still learning how to communicate very well. So that's why I'm prompting you that if you have not paid attention or you are not paying attention to this part of your life, you may be missing a lot. So don't say I can't communicate. Don't say I don't know how to communicate. No, you learn it. Everything you know how to do, You learned it. You learn how to do it, right? So that means you're going to deliberately, consciously go and learn how to communicate. And you learn how to communicate by communicating. It's like driving. You can't learn how to drive by just watching video. If you watch videos on how to drive without actually driving, you are a disaster waiting to happen. So the way to learn how to communicate is to communicate. As you learn, you implement. As you learn, you implement, and you get better at it. The more you do it, the better you become. Of course, you need to know what kind of communication. But when I'm talking about communication, I'm actually talking about all around, both verbal and both written. Even body language. Sometimes when you communicate and you don't use the right body language, people may misconstrue what you're trying to communicate. That's why when you communicate, you are checking how your audience, how they are reacting to your communication. I mean physically now, because now, I'm speaking to the camera, I can't even see you. I don't know how you are reacting to what I'm saying, because this is pre-recorded video. But I hope I'm actually communicating well. I hope that you are getting what exactly I'm trying to pass to you, right? So the bottom line is you need to get better at communication, and you need to learn how to do it, right? Go online, learn how to watch videos. After watching the videos, implement. It doesn't just stop with watching videos. Read books. After reading the books, communicate. Right? Somebody who communicates very well. Let the person become your mentor. Let the person become your guide. Let the person guide you on how to communicate better. If you communicate better, your business will take a new turn. Your career will take a new turn. Right? Your family, your marriage, everything around you will take a new turn. If you know how to communicate, if your communication gets better, it's going to affect everything around your life. Not just your business, it's going to affect your family, it's going to affect, some people don't even communicate well with their children. In fact, they don't even communicate at all with their children. There are parents like that. No communication. The only communication is, Daddy, good morning, Mommy, good morning, and that is it. Until evening. Then the next day, that's it. So it's the terrible thing. So this is very important. I don't know why I'm speaking like this, but it's coming from my heart. So do something about it, and of course, as you get better, you're going to see the results. You're going to see the progress. You're going to see how far it's going to turn things around in your life. And of course, I want to hear your testimony. I want to see what's going on. Remember to use the comment section to say something about how it's going with you. All right. So I hope, as always, that you found value in the video, and if you have, of course, come back for more and share it with family and friends and anybody you feel will be interested in the video. I'll see you again in another exciting video.